fantastic, Lisa. We're on.
All right.
Thank you for spending the time with me today. Everyone, this is Lisa Evers. She was the controller at the Spence Incorporated company that we had that managed 21 of our Anytime Fitness locations. She still works as our accountant for the work that we're doing at Anytime Fitness Piqua, as well as the club in Portage, Michigan. I asked Lisa to help participate in the session in Connecticut. She's going to be doing an hour or maybe a little bit more, just talking about fitness bookkeeping. And I wanted to just continue to bring value to the mastermind group by bringing in an expert. So what I wanted to talk about with Lisa today, first of all, say hello, Lisa. Say hello to the masterminders.
Hello, everybody. How are you doing?
I'm sure everybody's excited to meet you in person in Connecticut. So tell us a little bit about what your accounting credentials, your accounting background is. What makes you the subject matter expert here, Lisa?
Well, I have a lot of years of experience. I graduated from a small private college, Manchester College in Indiana, with a degree in accounting, and continued on and received my CPA designation in 98. And have been working as an accountant since then. I probably have about 20 years in the public arena. And with that, I worked with a large variety of small businesses, gas stations, hotels, restaurants, just about any small business you can think of. I had one or two of them. And then I have I probably have about 12 years experience altogether as a controller of a small to mid-sized company, one of them being John's company, and then I had another controllership prior to that. So most of my controller experience has been with companies that have multiple locations, and that, when you have multiple locations, you have multiple results that you have to be able to track independently and consolidated. And so that is probably why John picked me.
So how long did we work together? What year did you come aboard with Spence Inc.?
Started with Spence Inc. in 2012. And I worked with them still to this day. So I've enjoyed it very much.
And then after we sold the company, everybody's aware that we sold the club. So after we sold the company, you continued to work with the new owner in a transitional period until he could find somebody new. And you spent how many months with him?
I think I spent an entire year with him.
An entire year, man! Time flies.
Yeah.
And with your background in accounting outside of Anytime Fitness and then working in Anytime Fitness, what do you think the biggest differences are in our business, in the fitness business, with owners or with how people approach their financials versus what you've seen in outside industries?
So one of the things that comes to mind for me, of course, this is subscription accounting. Okay, that's the membership side of it. And the personal training side of it, it's still kind of subscription accounting, but it's a little bit different. And I think the biggest thing that strikes me as a difference in this entity or in the industry really is the fact that people don't always take what they've bought from you. You have to actually sell it to them and then get them to take it. You have to keep after them to do their personal training. So I think that, is just one of the differences.
So what do you see as the biggest potential mistakes or errors that a fitness owner could make in managing the financial aspects of their business?
I would say probably not delving deeper into the numbers. It's pretty easy to just, go with what's in the bank account and not pay attention. But if you don't pay attention, what can happen is little subtle changes over time can be really costly in your business. Maybe you don't notice it on a day-to-day basis, but year over year or over the course of a few years, it can have a dramatic impact on your business.
I'm looking at. I asked some of the masterminders to send in some questions, and one of the questions that came up a little bit was, are there specific custom reports that you run for the fitness centers that help you get a better understanding of what's actually going on in the business? Things that ABC maybe doesn't provide, things that Club Ready or God forbid Bodyworks didn't provide. Are there custom things that you come up with that you found really helpful?
Yes, there are. One of them is our at-a-glance reports, and we created two separate at-a-glance reports, one of them for membership and one of them for personal training. And these at-a-glance reports had basically 8 or 9 graphs on a page, and each one of those graphs was a specific key indicator. For example, for your personal training, a couple of really important key indicators. One of them is your gross profit. And the gross profit, when I talk about personal training, is your personal training revenue less your personal training payroll. And you want to make sure that gross profit level is in line. That's an important one. Another one is going to be your penetration percentage. And that's basically the percent of your members that are using your personal training also. And there's a few other key indicators on that report, and we can delve into those key indicators a little more in person.
That might be something that you should include in your session in Hartford, Connecticut, as well as one of the things that came up over and over again was just explaining how to read financials, how to read a balance sheet. Let's see, educate on balance sheet versus profit and loss statements, what to look for in each one, and what are some red flags. I want to keep this thing short today, so we've been at this for about 7 or 8 minutes. So Lisa is going to be presenting in Hartford, Connecticut. To make her presentation more effective, we've sent out a very, very basic financial spreadsheet that breaks down kind of your base operating expenses and sources of revenue, I think, as well. Lisa, it's got some revenue components.
Yeah.
And what we want to do is we want to compare each Masterminders clubs to the other and find out, this is my timer, we want to find out if there are any outliers, either to the good or to the bad. And we want to help you guys identify where you might be. So in order to help Lisa's session be as productive as possible, please make sure that you get those to us so that Lisa's got some time to review and pull some data and maybe create some visuals for us before her session in Connecticut coming up on, I believe that you're speaking on July 11th. All right, before we wrap up, Lisa, any other message for the Masterminder?
I am so looking forward to meeting you, and I hope I can be of a lot of assistance to you all.
All right. Thank you very much, Lisa, and I look forward to some responses with some great questions about fitness accounting.